Yash Creations. Interesting unknown facts. Fun facts often catches off guard and is often entertaining in the best possible way. These are unusual and unexpected bits of knowledge from the world of history, science, and pop culture that delights and will leave us astonished. Here are some fun and amazing facts that will thrill and surprise you at the same time. Ants take rest for around 8 minutes in 12-hour period. Yes, surprising, right? But not in the way we interpret sleep. James and Cottle have conducted research which shows that ants have a cyclical pattern of resting periods where each nest respite collectively, which lasts for around 8 minutes in a 12-hour period. Butterflies taste with their feet. This may sound strange to humans, but butterflies do rely on their feet to taste food as they have sensors on their feet which helps them locate food for the caterpillars. So, they stand on a leaf to try the taste. Camels have 3 eyelids to protect themselves from the blowing desert sand. Camels have different ways to adapt to their environment. They have a third clear eyelid that helps in protecting their eyes from blowing sand. Also, 2 rows of long lashes protect their eyes. Chocolate can kill dogs as it contains theobromine, which affects their heart and nervous system. Chocolate contains of an ingredient called theobromine, similar to caffeine, that is toxic to dogs. Dogs are not capable of breaking it down or metabolizing theobromine as humans can. Theobromine majorly affects a dog's central nervous system, heart, and kidneys. Elephants are the only animals that can't jump. With elephants, it is impossible for them to jump as, unlike other mammals, the bones in the elephant's legs point downwards, which means that they do not have the spring required to push off the ground. There are only 2 words in the English language that have all 5 vowels in order: abstemious and facetious. The name of all the continents end with the same letter that they start with. On average, people fear spiders more than they do death. Hot water will turn into ice faster than cold water. An observation conducted in which a liquid, typically water, that is initially hot can freeze faster than the other liquid which is cold under similar conditions. I am is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. True, to make a sentence in English, it should both include a subject and predicate. In the sentence, I am, I is subject and am a predicate and also expresses a complete thought. Thus, I am is the shortest sentence in English. The sentence, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, uses every letter in the English language. The Mona Lisa has no eyebrows. People always wonder why Mona Lisa doesn't have any eyebrows. This mystery has been solved, all thanks to an engineer named Pascal Cotte. When Da Vinci has painted Mona Lisa, he indeed painted her eyebrows, but over time these eyebrows were eroded due to cleaning over time to the point where it's no longer visible today. The strongest muscle in the body is the tongue. The tongue itself is a muscle and it contains at least 8 different muscles which are intertwined by creating a very flexible matrix. The strongest muscle in the body is masseter, which is responsible for lifting the jaw. There are 2 credit cards for every person in the United States. There is no right answer for this. According to 2019 Experian Consumer Credit Review, found that an average American has around 4 credit cards. If you can responsibly manage multiple credit cards, then you can maximize annual statement credits, rewards, and interest-free financing. Minus 40 degrees Celsius is exactly the same as minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Indeed true, Celsius and Fahrenheit are two different temperature scales. The Fahrenheit and Celsius intersect at one point and they equal at minus 40 degrees Celsius and minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Women blink nearly twice as much as men. This is pure myth. Blink rates are identical of both the sexes. Scientists have suggested that the interval between blink is nearly about 2 to 10 seconds. So an average person blinks about 10 times per minute. Another interesting fact is that we blink less frequently if our eyes are focused on one thing. For instance, while you read, you only blink 3 times per minute because while reading, you are very focused. The Guinness Book of Records holds the record for being the book most often stolen from public libraries. It is physically impossible for pigs to look up into the sky. The anatomy of a pig's neck muscles and spine has certain limitations to the movement of their head and restricts them to look upwards. This makes it impossible for them to look up straight to the sky. The sixth sick shakes, sixth sheep's sick, is said to be the toughest tongue twister in the English language. This tongue twister is considered as the toughest one to say by the Guinness Book of Records, known as sixth sick shakes, sixth sheep's sick. This tongue twister is extremely difficult to say as these string of words quickly multiple times. This may not make much sense, but then tongue twisters are not more than just a series of words put together to exercise your tongue. Rhythm is the longest English word without a vowel. Without using any vowel letter, the longest English word can be formed, which is 7-letter word, rhythm. If you sneeze too hard, you can fracture a rib. If you try to suppress a sneeze, you can rupture a blood vessel in your head or neck and die. Yes, if you block the pressure of the sneeze, it can cause a rupture of the eardrums, irritation of the throat, and in worst cases, rupture blood vessels in your brain or eyes. People say bless you when you sneeze because when you sneeze, your heart stops for a millisecond. Your heart doesn't stop completely, but it may slow down or skip a beat. But it has nothing to worry about.
11 crore 11 lakh 11,111 into 11 crore 11 lakh 11,111 is equal to the following huge number from 1 to 9 and reverse from 1 to 9. Isn't it surprising you?
If a statue of a person in the park on a horse has both front legs in the air, the person died in battle. If the horse has one front leg in the air, the person died because of wounds received in battle. If the horse has all 4 legs on the ground, the person died of natural causes. What do bulletproof vests, fire escapes, windshield wipers, and laser printers all have in common? That is, all invented by women. The only common thing is that all are invented by women. This is the only food that doesn't spoil. That is honey. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out. Crocodiles have a membrane which holds their tongue in place on the roof of their mouth, so it does not move. According to BBC, this nearly makes it impossible for them to stick it outside of their narrow mouths. A snail can sleep for 3 years. Snails require moisture to survive. So if there is extreme weather, they can sleep up to 3 years. It is reported that based on geography, snails often hibernate in order to escape from warm climates. The human heart creates enough pressure when it pumps out to the body to squirt blood 30 feet. Rats multiply so quickly that in 18 months, 2 rats could have over 1 million descendants. Wearing headphones for just an hour will increase the bacteria in your ear by 700 times. You cover your ears from the natural air when you wear headphones, which increases the production of bacteria by 700% in one ear. Your eardrum cannot bear influx of bacteria in that much quantity, so it starts to react by paining or hearing loss in long term. The cigarette lighter was invented before the match. In the 16th century, lighters were nothing more than just converted pistols. It was not until 1823 a German chemist named Johann Wolfgang Dobereiner is credited as the first person to invent a lighter. Most lipstick contains fish scales. Most of the lipsticks made are the byproduct of fish scales called pearlescence or pearlescence. As it turns out that the stuff that makes the fish scales shine makes one's lips shiny as well. Pearlescence comes from commercially fished herring. There are synthetic versions available as well, but they are not widely used. Like fingerprints, everyone's tongue print is different. Did you know that everyone has a different tongue print like fingerprints? Our tongue prints also have unique identifying marks. As reported by researcher David Zhang, our tip of the tongue has a unique physiological texture and geometric shape that can possibly be used for verification purposes. Thank you.